Welcome back to what Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a T-10. It's a Tier 9 Soviet heavy tank. It's located on the westbourne of Paris under the command of Awppenheimer. Now I think you can see 3 marks on his barrel. Yes, he's driven this one quite a bit and he's earned his marks. Let's see how he gets on. Well, he's got a 122mm gun, and that can do 440 alpha, penetrating 258mm of armor, and he's got some heat ammo as well, which will go through 340 hit points, millimeters rather. The T-10 was going to be known as the IS-8, but well, before it was named, Stalin died, and instead they decided not to call it the IS-8, but to call it the T-10 instead. Now it's quite fast as a tank, in fact very fast. It's almost as fast as some medium tanks, and does have good frontal armour and some good space side armour, but it also has some weaknesses as well. Gun depression. Nice critical hit on the Bobject, but let's have a look. Bobject did manage to get down. He's got rights to dibs on this spot. Gone around through the 277 butt and took around through his mantlet there. Turret can be penetrated by Tier 10 and Tier 9 tanks. Oh! Bounced around from the super conch there. Now he's going to go for the Type 4 lower plates. Yep, works. Firing the heat ammo, just goes straight through. 512 high roll. Just dodging about a bit. Another one. 483 high roll again. I think his teammates are vying for the same spot, but of course they can sit behind him and still get protected. Go for the Type 4, goes for the shoulders this time, gets a low roll. Type 4 is trying to get a shot on him, so's that Object 277. Goes for the bottom plate, gets it through the Object 277, 442, high roll. Enemy doesn't want to come out. The 50 TP's going around the corner. That's a bit of a dangerous proposition with a Bobject there. Goes for the lower plates. Yes, he still managed to get through it, even though it was angled. Bobject's coming this way. Ouch. Unfortunately, yes, we just lost a crew member, but he's been put back in. Lost 164 to the HE round from the Type 5. The Bobject's very low on hit points now, actually, funnily enough. And the Type 4, well, he's not come around the corner yet. Again. Okay, 277, give him his engine bay. 50 TP backing up. Almost looked like he was going to go over us. 277 trying to force us to fire. Trying to prompt us to fire. Yes, thank you very much. 447. Don't back up too much. You will take him around through the engine bay. Oh, cheeky! As he was pulling back, 484, which is the high roll. He's now one shot. And the 53 TP took out the 26. Oh, it was a 50 TP actually. Took out the Bobject. Not bad going from that Tier 9 heavy that he actually managed to take out a Bobject. Yeah. .277 still sitting up there, but I don't think he wants to come out because not with that amount of hit points. Oppenheimer's got just under 4k at the moment, but there's still plenty to be earned. Got a Model 5A up here, and an ST1. Take the cupola on that thing if we can. Oh, and there's the super conch. Okay, this is not such a good position to be in. Puts one in, gets the M60 in the turret. He's backed up to go to this side because he's a bit concerned about that ST1, I think, more than anything. Yeah, he's sitting behind the wreck of the T-30, and now we're jockeying with our Death Star for the right spot to actually take on the enemy. It's around through that gap. Oh, and now we've got a Panzerkampfwagen and Sieben getting in the way. Now, is he going to go up here and take out the ST1? I think he is. Oh, he's even got a 5A up here as well. Now this could be fun. He's trying to get up without getting shot at. Oh, took a round in the ass from the 5A. That wasn't good. He's lost 569 hit points. That's a lot. Nudes goes down, one shot. The ST1's coming around the corner and he's full health. Or he's not full health actually, only 89%, but he managed to get around into us from 412. And I think Awppenheimer says, no, I don't want to get another shot from that ST1. So in fact, he's going to shoot up into the guy instead. Much better way to do it here. You can see the Panzerkampfwagen Seaman with his turret turned around to face his rear. It does look a weird animal like that. Okay, everyone's trying to make best use of this bit of cover. Awppenheimer's turned himself around, but if he backs up again, that means the any enemy is only going to get the front of the vehicle, not the rear. That ST1 is now one shot. Somebody's been putting rounds into him in the meanwhile. So this time round, he might get a shot that will kill him. Can't back up too much. Oh, 511, 5.8, sorry. Get down there quick. And the wreck is right alongside us. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. And he's been hitting the gun. He's trying to use this for cover. And they're turning into a ping cushion. He puts a round into the 5A, but now he's being squeezed in. And, oh. Well, he tried to make the best use of the position as he could. Use the wreck for cover, but unfortunately there was just too many enemies there. And there was not a lot he could do. That ST1, he wanted to go up there to see if he could finish off the ST1. But the moment he got to the top of the hill, the 5A appeared out of nowhere. And now there's only 3 left on his team. And they're being taken apart. There goes the Udas. Very thin armour, but very well angled armour on the Udas. Okay, the EBR looks like he's about to find the Type 61. He changes course immediately. And gets taken out by the Type 61, which just leaves the Jagdtiger, and he's about to be surrounded and will probably be taken out by the 5A. Yep, 5A got him. So the 5A was a Super Unicum, so I suppose we should have expected that one. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, it was a first class tanker for Awppenheimer in the T-10. He did get a fire for effect for doing more damage than hit points to his own vehicle, and he got the high caliber. He did the most damage in the game overall, and his win rate was 6,337 Super Unicum standard. Let's have a look at team score. Highest damage, 6,370 hit points. The next highest scorer was the M60 on the enemy team with 4242. And after that, it was that Wizzy 111 Model 5A. Yes, it was a Super Unicum. 4,153 hit points of damage to him. And those were the top scorers in the game. When it came to kills, it was the Super Comp with 5 kills. Then after that, it was the Jagdtiger with 3. And, well, we've got a number of tanks on the enemy team with 2 kills apiece. And when it came to base XP, it was the M60 with 1,126, Superconk 1,071, and the ST1 with 1,004. And those are the only 3 players who managed over 1,000 base XP. But we can see that Awppenheimer managed to get 744 base out of that one, which does put him still above 6 members of the enemy team. Was it 6? No, 5 members of the enemy team. Excuse me. He fired 15 shots, got 15 direct hits and 14 penetrations, so good accuracy with the gun. 6,370 hit points of damage, all of it done at close range. 9 hits received, 4 penetrations, 4 non-penetration, and 1 hit by way of splash damage as well. That was the one from the Type 5. 1,200 hit points damage blocked by armour. 1 enemy vehicle spotted, 7 enemy vehicles damaged, 1 killed, and 273 hit points of damage assist. He earned on a premium count 82,010 credits, got 6,293 for Courageous Resistance, total 88,302, and after repair, ammunition, resupply and consumables, and remember he did fire a fair amount of heat, he actually ended up with a small loss of 4,534 credits, but he won't worry about that at all because it's nothing. 1 bond for getting the high caliber, and 1,116 XP, 625 for Courageous Resistance, took away 1,741 altogether. So yeah, unfortunately pushing through with the others, they were very eager to go after the enemy until they found that was a little bottleneck just there, and there was a lot of enemy tanks sitting there waiting for them to try and squeeze through the bottleneck so they could take them out one by one. It appeared to all that he'd actually conquered that 277. He'd taken out or damaged the Type 5 beyond belief, and he was putting shells into other enemy tanks as they presented. The Bobjet went down, obviously to that 50 TP, but after that they thought, well, it should be fairly easy to get through that bottleneck, but no, it wasn't, because they actually had the high ground and they were waiting for them, and the person who was waiting for them most was that Wizzy 111 Model 5A, who, well, yes, as you can see, did 1,298 hit points of damage to Awppenheimer. That's the guy who effectively, I think, won the battle for them, because he was just waiting for anyone to squeeze through so he could fill them through of holes. So, although it was a defeat, he tried to carry the team and just couldn't in the end because there were just too many enemies left to take him out the game. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, and thank you for watching.